It is Ryan here, and I have a question for you. What do you do when you win? Like, are you a fist pumper, a woo-hooer, a hand clapper, a high-fiver? I kind of like the high-five, but if you want to hone in on those winning moves, check out Chumba Casino. At ChumbaCasino.com, choose from hundreds of social casino-style games for your chance to redeem serious cash prizes. There are new game releases weekly, plus free daily bonuses, so don't wait. Start having the most fun ever at ChumbaCasino.com.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+.
Hello, it is Ryan, and we could all use an extra bright spot in our day, couldn't we? Just to make up for things like sitting in traffic, doing the dishes, counting your steps, you know, all the mundane stuff. That is why I'm such a big fan of Chumba Casino. Chumba Casino has all your favorite social casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere with daily bonuses. That should brighten your day a little. Actually, a lot. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com. That's ChumbaCasino.com.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So this is the Hardcore Grind interview for Ugly Money Niche. My first question is going to be, how would you describe your musical ear?
I like hits. At the end of the day, I'm a businessman, and the object of the music industry, all in all, is to sell records. So, I tend to lean towards hit records because hit records are the records that sell. Hit records are the records that change people's lives, feed kids, and things of that nature. So I definitely lean towards hit records.
Absolutely. And of all the projects you've worked on, what was the most memorable?
Projects I worked on, what was the most memorable? It would have to be. That's a great question. Chala Monet's project. My new artist. Working with her because I'm had the opportunity to really see her blossom. Just 8 months ago she was working at Olive Garden, and now she's a full-time hip hop artist. It's amazing to see the growth, to see her, her first show, and then from now where she's, literally tearing down stages, just to see the evolution, and her becoming a star.
I love it. Now, what does the power of the pen mean to you?
Power of the pen. That pen, if your pen game mean, that leads to hits. You feel what I'm saying? Writing good records, writing moving music, writing music that can be timeless, that can stand the test of time. You know what I'm saying? There are records that were wrote 20 years ago that are still played today because they were wrote very well. So it's it's very important to make sure that you got in the music industry, to make sure that you got either you're a good writer yourself, or to have good writers around to make sure that the artist has the best opportunity to have a long lasting record.
Absolutely. Now, where does your creativity flow?
All around me. I think this was born in me. You know what I'm saying? This is something that God gave me when it comes to just having a creative mindset, whether it's marketing, whether it's music, whether it's, promotion, just to have the thought process to come up with different types of plans and marketing plans and promotional plans and, just your rollouts and things of that nature. That comes from God. It's just, I've always been a big kid. I always had a big imagination growing up, and now, my job is to take these things that I imagine and turn them into real life, and it's actually extremely exciting.
Absolutely. Now, how do you avoid burning out?
When you do what you love, it's hard to burn out, but everybody needs a break sometimes. At the end of the day, it is taxing, but first thing is doing what you love. Waking up every day. I wake up every day and I get paid to be myself. And there's no better job than that. And I literally wake up every day and I love what I'm doing. I'm excited to get up and go to work. And so that helps a lot. So it's a situation where it's, when it's something that you love and you want to do it, it doesn't feel like work at all. It actually feels like I'm having fun. Because, if I was working a job, at a warehouse that I hated, As soon as I got off work, I would go do music stuff because that's what I love to do. So, I always tell people if there's something that you're passionate about and something that you love to do, that is what you're supposed to be doing with your life. You feel what I'm saying? That's what you should invest your time and energy into becoming, because the first thing that you think about when you get off work, that's what you're supposed to do. So if playing a video game is the first thing you think about while you're at work when you get off, then you need to be a professional gamer, or going to the gym and playing basketball, or going to the gym and working out. You need to be a professional trainer. Well, whatever it is, when you leave that job, that regular 9 to 5, that you do with your time, that's what you need to do, because that's what you're passionate about, and that's what you would do for free. And it's a beautiful thing when you could do something that you think is fun and actually get paid for it.
Absolutely. Now, you're an accomplished talent scout, artist developer, and A&R rep. You've been the team behind many artists of today. What is your vision behind your brand?
Worldwide domination. I say that. Saturate the market. Our brand, the Ugly Money brand is a brand built off of trust. Built off of trust that you're going to get quality. We're going to do what we say we're going to do every single time. We're going to follow through with all of our promises on all of our, things that we promote. And that's one thing that I'm really proud of, is the fact that we have a very, very high rate of success when it comes to completing our tasks, and we complete all of our promises. If I say that I'm going to take somebody to Boosie in person, they're going to meet Boosie in person. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. And I'm not taking no for an answer. There is no, I'll call back and, if something happens. No, I'm going to make it happen. Whatever it takes to make it happen, it's going to get happen. And so that's something I'm really, really proud of, is the fact that, when people know, our customer base and our clientele base know that when they shop with Ugly Money, they're getting a guaranteed product.
Absolutely. Now, you have collaborated with DJ Such to create Ugly Money Podcast. What made you take this leap into media?
Well, I used to do radio. Won't exactly disclose the radio station's name, but I used to do FM radio in Augusta, Georgia, before I moved to Atlanta. And I had the number 1 rated show. I remember having a 19 share, which is a pretty high rated show of that time. And so I had the number 1 rated show in the city. And when I got signed as an artist, I had to move to Atlanta. I had to resign from the radio position. And I remember when I finally made the decision to retire in late 2018 from actually pursuing a career as an artist, I reached out to that radio station. And the radio station, quite frankly, just told me no. Said, hey, I want to get my old show back. I would love to work with you guys again. My social media followers, huge now. My personal relevance in the market in the country is raised tremendously. I think I can definitely be an even bigger asset, because, at that particular time, my social media followers bigger than the radio following. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, and they just told me no. And there was no explanation. There was no, not that they owed me one, but there was no explanation. There was no clarification. There was no run-on sentence. It was just no. And I was like, wow. And it took me like 2 or 3 days to get my energy right on it. I was like, how in the world are they going to tell me no when, my voice is, quite frankly, bigger than the radio stations. So I think they would need me more than I need them. And I got to thinking, I was like, wow. I said, no, this is just God telling you not to go backwards. So you've already done that, Michi. You've already had the number 1 rated show. You already have the hottest show in the city. You've already done that. You've already completed that obstacle. You've already taken from that situation what you can learn. And it's time to move forward. Why are you moving backwards? And so 2 or 3 days after they told me no, I made the decision. I was like, I'm going to have my own radio show. I'm going to build my own. This time, I'm going to own it. That way, I know what I play, or I know what I do. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what inspired me to create the Ugly Money Podcast. And it's funny because I created it. We started in my living room, just me and such. a pair of iPhones and a GoPro camera because we didn't have a camera crew, and we just cracked the mics open and started talking. And it's just it's a beautiful situation because today, less than a year and a half later, we just got picked up by the biggest YouTube platform in the South, All Urban Central, with 1.9 million subscribers. So these amount of people have the opportunity to listen to us every day, and I would have never got that at local radio.
Absolutely. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Now, you're becoming a pioneer in the music industry. How does that make you feel?
When you're in it, it's kind of hard to see because, once again, I just believe I'm operating in my purpose. I just wake up and try to win, and I try to make sure that everybody that supports me and everybody that's tapped into what I'm doing wins as well. So I wake up every morning and I literally try to make sure that everyone around me, everybody that's with Ugly Money Entertainment or a client of Ugly Money Entertainment wins. And it's a real natural thing. So I'm very thankful. I'm humbled by it because I remember when my phone didn't ring. I remember when nobody, wanted me to work with them. I remember when people didn't want me to hear their song or, because I just remember being, irrelevant, quite frankly. And so now, when I do get 200-300 DMs a day or, 100 emails or 100 text messages daily, sometimes it can be a little overwhelming, but I tell myself never complain because this is the life that I wanted. I wanted my phone to ring. You know what I'm saying? I marketed myself that. That was all in the design and the plan. And so, it's humbling. I appreciate it. Every day I try to get up and win.
Absolutely. A lot of times you have artists that they are waiting for somebody to tell them they're great. Not always tell anybody that I'm working with. You don't have to wait for somebody to tell you that you're great. Your lane is paved just for you. You can go as fast as you want. You can go as slow as you want. There's always that one undeveloped area that we tend to keep going past. And that brings me to a go moment. A lot of times we're really mindful about how we pour into other people, how we treat other people. But when it comes to ourselves, we deal in lack and we're really lukewarm for ourselves, and we give ourselves excuses on why we can't do something. What was your go moment when you decided to step into the music industry as an artist?
Wow. I actually remember, as far as me being an artist when I was an artist.
Yeah. What was your go moment? That was your first step into the industry. What was your go moment?
The first step, I had a cameraman that I was working with. His name was Yannick, the filmmaker, and I definitely want you to make sure that you put his name in there because this was the guy that a camera guy got a lot of respect for. His name was Yannick, the cinematographer. He's a cinematographer. His name is Yannick, the filmmaker. He was always a big supporter of mine, and he sends me a YouTube link. He says, at the time my name was P Nice. He's like, P Nice, you need to listen to this. And I'm like, why? And he's like, because it'll change your life. And, I took it as a grain of salt, went about my day, and the next day he texted me again. Did you listen to it yet? And I'm like, no. And I was like, by the third day he texted me, he called me again. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to listen to it. So I literally listened to it. It was Earl Nightingale's Stranger's Secret. It was an audio book of Earl Nightingale's Stranger's Secret. And it had the phrases of asking it shall be given, seeking you shall find, knocking it will be opened. And it basically gave me the blueprint on how to become whatever it is that I wanted to become in life. And when I heard that audiobook, I listened to it 2 times through. Shortly thereafter, I, started really, really pushing my music harder than I ever been before. I actually started investing in myself, and I ended up resigning from the radio station when I got signed, not even a year later. And so that was that was probably my goal moment. When I heard Earl Nightingale's Stranger Secret, it changed my life. It changed my mentality of what I was doing. Shout out to Yannick.
Absolutely.
Yannick. His name is Yannick, the filmmaker.
All right. Now, what advice do you have for aspiring producers and artists? What 5 things would you want them to know before they step into the music industry?
Well, one, you got to know what the rules of the game that you're playing. LeBron James can run like a deer and jump like a kangaroo, but if he doesn't know the rules of basketball, he won't get past half court. The ref is going to blow the whistle on him. So you have a lot of people that are very talented, and people that rap circles and rap up, down, and rap about anything they want, or sing at the highest pitches and everything. But at the same time, you also got to understand the rules of the game. And I would tell anybody first, just try to learn what game you're playing, and you'll be amazed at how different the actual game is from common perception. Because in all, I don't make the rules of the game. I just I see the rules and I try to win. Most people think this is a talent show. It's not. It's a business. It's just like anything. It's just like Walmart. It's just like, Advanced Auto Parts. It's the same thing. It's a supply and demand business. And once people learn that and they can tap into the 90%, because it's 10% talent, 10% talent and 90% business, in my opinion. Once they can tap into the 90% business, they'll see their talent go to new levels and new heights.
Absolutely. Now, if you could change anything in the music industry, what would it be?
I would put more. I would really love for it to be more based on talent. I would love that. I would love for talent to be the driving force of an artist getting a deal or an artist being successful. I would love that. I wish it wasn't so much just, numbers and figures and views and followers and things of that nature. I would love for it to be, hey, he raps very well. Let's give him a deal. Or she sings amazing. Let's put her on, And so that's one thing I would change is the fact of just making it more talent-based. Because in all actuality, that's the beautiful part about it. That is why we fall in love with it anyway, is the music.
Absolutely. Now tell us about Bands Entertainment.
Free Bands. Free Bands Entertainment is the record label of Future, platinum artist, multi-platinum artist Future. And I got that situation. I became an A&R with Free Bands a little over a year ago, and that was just solely on providing value. I wasn't looking for that position. I had did a tour with one of their artists, a talent search tour, and they saw how I operated. They saw that I can move into different cities all over the country and bring a crowd, and people gravitated to me the way they were gravitating to me because it was kind of remarkable to them to see me go to Tampa, Florida, and have a packed house, and then turn around the next week and go to Cleveland, Ohio, and have the same reaction. And so, I salute them for seeing my talent and said, they called me, invited me in for a meeting, and made me an offer I couldn't refuse, and we Free Bands, baby. Ain't nothing bigger than a bird.
Absolutely. Now, what's next for Ugly Money Meech? You have so many great things that you have accomplished, but you have so many more to accomplish. What's next?
Well, this year alone, I'm actually sitting in my studio now. It's a 4,000 square foot media complex. Ugly Money Studios will be opening in the next month, and it's my duty to help as many people change their lives within the music industry as I possibly can. I think that's my goal, and that's my purpose. In the meantime, between time, I want the Ugly Money brand to become a worldwide brand. Cash Money Rockefeller, Young Money, Def Jam, QC, Ugly Money. I want that same. I want to be mentioned in the same breath. And yes, we got a long way to go, but I don't scare easily, and I don't get tired easily. So we got a lot of work ahead of us, and we're heading in the right direction, but with the right drive and teamwork. Because I put an emphasis on my team. I know we'll get there.
Absolutely. Well, I'm so proud of you. You keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you, ma'am.
Now, I got one more question. What would you say the secret to success in music is?
Never quit, in its simple form. Never quit, because if you never quit, you'll figure it out. You'll figure out all the ways to move. You'll figure out all the ways to win if you never quit. I'm a 20-year veteran in the music industry now, and that's the smartest thing I did. I wasn't the smartest, I wasn't the richest, I wasn't the most talented, but I was the most resilient person. I just wouldn't stop. I just wouldn't quit. At the end of the day, anytime I thought about quitting, I turned around and looked behind me, and I was like, I might as well keep going, because it's too far to turn around and go back. And that is in its simplest form what I could tell somebody. Just if this is what you want to do and this is what you love, then just keep doing it, even when it seems like it's not working, even when it seems like it's wrong, even when it seems like it's putting a tax on you. Keep going. The nights that you're don't want to go to the studio are the nights that you're going to make a biggest hit of your life. The meeting that you don't want to get up and drive to is the meeting that will change your life. The money that you don't want to spend on promotion and marketing is the promotion and marketing that's going to take your career up. So just never quit and keep going.
I love it. Can you shout out all of your social media for me? And any important events you have coming up?
Well, first of all, I want to send a shout-out to China Monet, my artist China Monet, who just reached 1 million views on YouTube. I'm extremely proud of her. And our new artist that we just signed, Official.Linko from Gadsden, Alabama, and also Street Baby from Atlanta, Georgia, our new artist that we just added to Ugly Money Entertainment. And we're actually looking to sign another artist September 17th through the 19th at the next Ugly Money Music Summit. And that's our big music summit that we did. It's actually the largest hip-hop industry event in the Southeast currently. So we're looking forward to that. I'm going to give them $25,000 up front, whoever that person, lucky artist is, and we're going to bring them on the Ugly Money Entertainment, and let's make some history.
Absolutely. Well, one quick question. I want you to tell me a little bit about the Ugly Money Music Summit.
Ugly Money Music.
Go ahead. Want to start it?
Ugly Money Music Summit is the Southeast Premier Music Summit. Currently, right now, we're the largest. COVID has shut down a lot of things, but Atlanta was able to, stand tall and stay open. And so I saw that as an opportunity to create something defining, create something historic. And so what I realized was there was a gap between artists and the labels. There was a big gap, meaning labels weren't exactly a lot of the times tuned in to the talented artists, and the artists had no resources to get tapped into these particular labels. And so I wanted to make a talent-based platform where artists could display their talent for these labels. So it's almost like a job fair for musicians. And you're really just auditioning and showing what you can do, passing your resume around, to different labels or whatever that are looking for artists to hire. Okay. And so we started it in September of last year, and I was expecting like 1,000 people, and 4,000 came out over the span of 3 days. And we just did this. Our last one was in March, and we cleared over 6,000 people. Over 30 different labels were represented, and 4 artists have gotten signed directly from that summit since March, and it's something I'm extremely excited about. We had 2 artists that got signed to Boosie. We got one artist that got signed to YSL, which is Young Thug's label. And, we signed one artist to Ugly Money Entertainment. So there's 4 artists that have already got deals from this Ugly Money Music Summit. And that's exactly why I made it, so I could, help cap the artists in with the label that they would want to work with and vice versa.
Awesome. Well, that is all the questions I have. I appreciate you taking time to share your time, your energy with me, and take me on a little bit of your journey. This is going to be in Hardcore Grind, and it's going to be on Medium Magazine. It's going to be in Heat Seekers in June or July, and then the Indie Post probably in August or September, only because the editor makes the dates, and I still have articles that are in that have to be still published yet.
Already. I really appreciate you having me.
Well, I appreciate you. Thank you so very much.
I look forward to it.
All right. Bye-bye.